Hi guys. So this is Fractal Astro Tarot. My name is actually my psychic name is Kindness. So I do offer readings as kindness readings sometimes, and I'm just going to be doing some monthly readings for just a monthly reading for the water signs, and that will be Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. This is for July 2024, but if you do end up watching this and then ends up being really relevant to you, then it is for you, because it's synchronistic, divine timing, that kind of stuff, right? So I'm just looking at the screen to see what's visible. I'm using tarot cards. I'm using what was it? I can't remember what the okay. So it's called Dreams Within Dreams. It's a really, really, really lovely deck. It's kind of like manga-y. Not that I know that much about that kind of stuff, but it's gorgeous. So I just thought it'd be nice to have some like pop of color and a whole bunch of other stuff involved. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do is first go into the Cancer one. It should be a pretty good month for all of the signs. There are a few things astrologically that are a bit tough, but at the same time, it's for water signs. This is in your first, fifth, and ninth house astrologically. So those are like Dharma houses. They're great for things falling into your lap. The things that you find naturally that you're good at, if you can just apply yourself to them, things just kind of work out for you. Now, there might be a little bit more hassle than they would usually, because you're used to things falling into your lap in these specific areas, but there's a few weird conjunctions and aspects and stuff during this new moon. I haven't gone into the specifics about that just yet, in terms of like reading up about it, but I have watched a few videos and I was like, okay, fine. But at the same time, this is a great time for all those kind of like fun hobby stuff, studying, apprenticeships, like romance even, and parenting, like the actual process of parenting and rulemaking and all that kind of stuff, and doing cultural things, doing things that are kind of foreign, maybe even, and also the first house is to do with like the body, so it's anything to do with anything in the moment that you're putting your energy into and life. So yeah, so I'm just gonna finish shuffling this. Right, so the first card for the water signs is the Three of Cups. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I just feel like you guys need to see the visuals of this. Three of Cups upside down. When it's upside down, what I like to remind people is that it just means that it's like it's taking a step back from the thing to be able to do the thing that the card is about. So here, this is about celebration. So this is about what you create with in terms of your emotions, what emotions you desire, what kind of workflow and flow of manifestation you want as well. And this is kind of taking a step back to kind of like look at what you're creating in your relationships and your workflow and all that kind of stuff, if that makes sense. This is what the past, where you're coming from, okay? And then what you're going into is the Strength card. This keeps coming up in the readings for this month for me. So yeah, the Strength card is quite an important card. It's the ability to go from your lower self to your higher self, right? Your lower self is a basic kind of animal instincts, and then this is your like human self, conscious, able to reason, able to be compassionate. This is that part of you that is able to kind of reason with your instincts to then be calm enough, but also your animal instincts and this card specifically, are calm enough to listen to the higher self. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like where you're coming from with the Three of Cups is basically showing you that like you don't really like want to be creating relationships you don't want, and are looking at what you desire in relationships, and not just relationships, but like workflow, like what kind of things are flowing into your life, like manifestation wise, and are you in flow? Does that make sense? And psychically, emotionally, intuitively, creatively as well. And so this is kind of trying to find a way of balancing out your former self, your baser instincts, and then it's also you tapping into your Akashic records and like your the parts of you that you're dealing with, former parts of yourself that were lower, that you're you know, you kind of having to come to a different place in your life about. But it's, you're in a calm place about it, and it's about being able to reinvent yourself over and over and over again. It's that immortality kind of card, basically. So it just basically shows you what you're kind of thinking about, and then it goes into Three of Wands. So it's really about desires, and like, because the threes are representing desires, and wands are about willpower. Okay, so willpower, instinct, what you put your energy into. So this is you kind of manifesting from the heavens. This is kind of like being able to see from above and go, this is what I desire, this is what I'm gonna like put my life admin into. This is you having the ability and the communication and thought patterns enough to be able to go, this is what I want, I'm gonna put this and this effort into it. I'm gonna have the courage to do it just out of curiosity. Okay. So there's a lot of like, it's a very positive combo actually. And the eighth house, which is, it's like the higher self of the eighth house, is the third. So when you see a three, it just usually means that this is you trying to manifest the highest good version of what you can, right? So this is you tired of past relationships and past workflow, and trying to get into a more balanced place. But you've been able to manage your basic instincts, so you're not really doing things out of fear and out of like defending yourself and having to make sure that you're surviving. You're not in survival mode anymore. You know how to go from surviving to thriving. You're in a calm place with your survival instincts, and you're trying to go into what now do I desire? What should I be doing? If that makes sense. So I'm gonna get some clarification cards here. This is for clarification for the Three of Cups. So out of the things that you didn't, the relationships you don't desire, and the things that you want to give up, or like step back from and not put as much into, because you've got like the Three of Cups also, when it's upside down, represents people who hate on you and like and not necessarily proper enemies, but people who kind of try and detract from what you're doing in terms of your emotional well-being. So if you find something that's fulfilling for you, but you know, they're not happy for you, or like they're trying to push you away from your desires, that's a Three of Cups situation in a negative, in a upside down way. So this is the Page of Wands. So what this is about is what they're trying to put you away from is what this Page of Wands is like when you're enthusiastic and things are serendipitously flowing into your life, and it's the ones that's inspiration, willpower, instincts, all that stuff, if that makes sense. So they're not happy about the fact that you have found, like, you know, just a small beginning to leveling up your life to a completely different level. You know what I mean? With like a whole different scale of awesome that you're about to kind of climb into, that you're like playing around with and seeing what you want from it, if that makes sense. So this is where you're going from survival to thriving. Okay. And then you've got the Hangman. So now you're in a bit of a stasis mode. So when you're kind of in this kind of like trying to figure out like where you are with the surviving thriving thing, you're just seeing things from an alternative perspective. Hangman just means you're upside down, you're kind of having to like be in a bit of stasis mode so that you can just think things through unconventionally, in an out of the box kind of way, in a kind of like, I'm seeing things in total and I've got a different view from here, if that makes sense. It's the ultimate bird's eye view, right? This is just before you kind of have a new cycle again after the 12th, right? So Right. And then we'll clarify the Three of Wands. And that should be, Knight of Coins. This is great because this means Knight of Coins is like long-term longevity in terms of like the material life, things manifesting into the physical realm. So like things actually tangibly manifesting, not just like ideas and thoughts and feelings, but like I've got a tangible opportunity or things, I've got a phone call about something. Someone's actually not just a phone call, but like I've got the tangible profit from it or the concrete result out of it, if that makes sense. So this is long term as well. So this is something that, so out of the Three of Wands, what you desire in your willpower is going towards things that you have wanted for a very long time. Some of you it's 12 months, some of you it's like 12 years. This is like you have taken the long route, long way through something. You are now possibly, for some of you who are in business in that kind of alternative, you're trying to work from home and all that stuff. This could be even using international platforms like Google and all that kind of stuff, like just places that have like international offices, basically, because the 12th house also represents international stuff, so, or immigration or things like that. It's your desire and your willpower to set up on these kind of platforms or with things that are kind of just have a very, very long term and get some tangible profit out of it. So whether it's like return on investment of your time, energy, and money, something tangible, a concrete result, or actual money or actual like work or actual opportunity, if that makes sense. This is something that is long lasting. That's the beauty of it. It's something that's so tangible that like you can bet on it being there for years and years and years to come. So that's great. And then let me just get some more clarification ones. For the Page of Wands clarifications is the teachers of so the teacher is like the priest in regular tarot. So basically the teacher means you going unconventionally into what hasn't been taught. So what you have been aspiring to has been unconventional. And you've had to go via unconventional wisdom, if that makes sense, in order to be able to, that's the path that you've come from. And then the Six of Swords here clarifies the Hangman and the Strength. Is like you've been waiting for something to help you to move forward. So this is like sorting through information, learning and adapting through the communication that's been going on to basically to give you the all clear to go forward, if that makes sense, and take you over the threshold into a new beginning, basically. It's this card, put like there. And then the last one is, for the last clarification, it's great, it's the Wheel of Fortune. So this is the three fates, the Wheel of Fate. This means your fate will change in terms of what you are able to manifest because it's a long-term opportunity. So it's great because it just means it's a very long time. You've been desiring it and wanting it, and you're doing the life admin and the paperwork and all that stuff to get it done. And then that's actually going to make everything change in terms of your structure, your time, your how much kind of how strict and you're going to have to be with yourself and discipline and structured with your time and all that stuff in order to get stuff done. But also it will actually mean that you get something very, very concrete out of this, which has been destined for you, because this is the major arcana, and so is this one actually. So you've got three major arcana, which usually means that you're dealing with destiny. Like you can't run away from this theme in your life, if that makes sense. Is that, the minor court cards kind of thing basically show fate, where you have more like, you're choosing between this kind of sandwich versus another kind of sandwich. The major arcana, in this case it's you've got four actually. You've got the High Priest here, you've got the Strength card, and then the Hangman here, and then you've got the Wheel of Fortune. This is quite big changes. Things are going to feel like they're unstuck, and in a good way, in a positive way, where you are in control and you're getting tangible results. So this is going to be great for a lot of like water signs that felt like, you know, it's been tough going. It's been a long period of time putting a lot of effort in and not getting a lot of return on investment of your time, energy, and money. And now this feels like this is panning out better, if that makes sense. So it is with effort. Obviously, there's a lot of like courage here to be able to kind of go against what people around you in your relationships are communicating about that isn't for what you're doing. And there's also courage in terms of taking the steps and the willpower to, and having the willpower to make that kind of change, you know what I mean? And do the paperwork and all that stuff, the practical stuff. So anyway, that is the water signs reading for July to August 21 or something. So that covers the season, and then Cancer season, and hopefully I'm going to do the other signs as well. So if you have like, you know, your moon, your sun, your Venus and all that kind of stuff in other signs, you can also watch the other videos. I will be streaming them after this. And then I've also got like full moon, new moon ones to help with manifestation. There's links in the descriptions below to any kind of readings that you can get from me to help you with manifestation, work, career, love, family, business even. Yeah, this is for entertainment purposes only, but and this isn't advice, and this is in terms of legal. This is just information I'm passing on about like how to look at what is being presented to you in terms of like the synchronicities are falling into your lap via cards or whatever, you know, divination tool I use. Okay, so yeah, hopefully have a lovely month if I don't see you next, or well, not see you next, if you don't see me next. But yeah, hopefully you have a lovely time. Okay, take care. Bye.